Have you ever wondered why an entire nation avoids giving something as simple as a clock? Tonight, around this same fire, I have 6 more stories for you. Fewer stories this time, but each one goes a little deeper. Some will surprise you, some will feel strangely familiar. Let's begin. Story 1. Never give a clock as a gift. In China, there is a gift you should never give, no matter how expensive or beautiful it is: a beautiful clock. One of the safest gifts you could imagine, unless you're in China. Because in Mandarin, the phrase giving a clock sounds almost identical to another phrase, one that means attending someone's funeral. For centuries, this small coincidence in language grew into something much bigger. Imagine visiting a friend's home for the first time, carrying a beautifully wrapped gift, only to see their smile fade the moment they unwrap it. Not because the clock isn't beautiful, but because, in that moment, all they can hear is a word that sounds like goodbye. Even today, in many Chinese households, a clock is one gift you simply do not bring through the front door. But a gift is not the only way to accidentally invite bad luck into someone's home. Sometimes it's not what you bring, it's what you say. Story 2. The habit of spitting for protection. In Greece, you might see something unusual at a wedding, a baptism, or even a simple compliment between friends. For a brief moment, everyone smiles. Then someone spits. Not once, but 3 times, softly into the air. Ftu, ftu, ftu. To an outsider, it might look strange, even rude. But in Greek culture, beauty and good fortune are believed to attract something dangerous: the evil eye. A curse often given unintentionally, simply by admiring someone too much. So when a grandmother says, "What a beautiful baby," she often follows it immediately with 3 soft spits, just to push away any envy that may have attached itself to those very words. It is not superstition to her, it is protection. And in many Greek families, this habit has survived for thousands of years, passed from grandmother to mother to daughter, one soft breath at a time. But the Greeks are not the only ones who believe a single glance can carry real power. In fact, an entire symbol was created just to fight back against it. Story 3. The eye that watches back. Across Egypt, Turkey, and much of the Middle East, you will often see a strange blue eye, painted on walls, hung above doorways, worn as jewelry around a baby's tiny wrist. It is called the Nazar, the evil eye. But here is the twist. This blue eye is not meant to curse you. It is meant to protect you by staring back at whoever might wish you harm. The belief is ancient. A single envious glance, even without intending harm, could bring illness, bad luck, or misfortune to the person receiving it. So families began fighting a stare with a stare. Even today, walk through a market in Istanbul or Cairo, and you will see thousands of these blue eyes hanging above your head, silently watching the crowd below, protecting strangers who will never even notice them. Not every protection comes from a symbol, though. Sometimes it comes from a simple whispered word. And in one country, people say that word even to someone they cannot see. Story 4. Ask permission from what you cannot see. In the Philippines, there is a phrase you may hear whispered by someone walking past a tree, an anthill, or an empty field. Tabi tabi po. It means, roughly, "Excuse me, please let me pass." But they are not speaking to another person. According to old Filipino belief, unseen spirits called Nuno Sapunso live quietly in nature, especially inside small mounds of earth. Disturb their home without asking, and you may return with an unexplained illness, swelling, or sudden bad luck. So instead of risking it, people simply ask first. Even construction workers, before digging near an old mound of earth, have been known to pause, whisper the phrase under their breath, and only then continue their work. Not because they are certain spirits are listening, but because, just in case they are, it costs nothing to be polite. Respect for the unseen is one thing, but in Brazil, there's an old belief about something far more physical: the simple act of stepping over another person. Story 5. Never step over someone lying down. In Brazil, if you are lying on the floor, perhaps stretching, perhaps resting, and someone accidentally steps over your body, you may hear an immediate, urgent warning. Don't do that! According to Brazilian folk belief, stepping over a person, especially a child, can stop their growth or steal a piece of their luck. The fix is simple, almost like resetting the moment. The same person must step back over you in the opposite direction to undo it. Imagine a group of friends laughing at how silly the whole idea sounds, and then, quietly, one by one, each of them still steps back over their friend on the floor, just to be safe. Some beliefs protect the body. Others protect something you cannot see at all: a space, a silence, a room that seems ordinary until you learn its history. Story 6. The Spirit Who Lives in the Sauna. In Finland, the sauna is more than a room for heat and steam. Many Finns believe it is home to a quiet spirit called the sauna tontu, the sauna elf. You will not see him. You are not meant to. But you are expected to behave as if he is always there. Speak calmly. Do not shout. Do not argue. Do not behave badly inside the sauna walls. Some families still leave a small offering of food nearby after use, a quiet thank you to the one who watches over the space. Why such respect for an empty room? Because for generations, the sauna was where Finnish families were born, where the sick were cared for, and where the dead were once prepared for burial. To many, it was never truly empty. So, 6 stories, 6 countries, 6 traditions, and one thing they all have in common: a clock, a spit into the air, a painted eye, a whispered apology, a careless step, a silent room. None of them dangerous on their own, and yet, across the world, people still pause, still hesitate, still whisper the old words, just in case. Maybe that is the real story here. Not that people believe in magic, but that respect, once passed down, is very hard to let go of. So tell me, which one of these would you have already known?